Good afternoon, Year 2, and welcome to our third computer coding session for Monday afternoon. Hopefully you're all familiar with Espresso coding now and can make your way to this page where we go into block coding. And we're learning how to create programs so that we can make up our own games. So already, hopefully you've completed refresher level 1 in week 1, and in week 2 you had a go at Red Riding Hood and maybe Key to the Race, those 2 lessons. So we're going on to lesson 3 in this unit, different sorts of inputs today, and I'll guide you through Up in the Air in this video, which enables us to create an air show using key press events to make objects change direction in a new way using the turn action. So we've got a new action this week. You can see what's up in the air. Reminds me of summertime when I always go to see the red arrows fly over Bournemouth Beach, which is near to where I live. Okay, so let's go straight to this lesson, and remember there's always a help video, so let's watch that first to see actually what we're going to be creating today.
In this lesson, we are going to create an air show. We are going to steer aeroplanes using key press events. We'll start by making the red aeroplane turn and do loops when we press the up arrow key. Run the code and press the up arrow to see it spin. Then we'll make it fly so that it can do bigger loops all over the sky. But it can still only turn one way. We can change that by adding a second key press event. Add code inside it to make the aeroplane turn down towards the ground, and add the key that you want to use for this command. Click on the 3 dots menu and select the down arrow. When we run our code, we will now be able to make beautiful turns up and down through the sky. We'll add a second plane to fly and move alongside the first one, and then a third plane. You can decide what you want this plane to do at the start and when the arrows are pressed. Will it turn up or down? And which way will it go? Let the show begin.
So creating our very own air show. Remember, if we're on view all, we get to see our instructions, set our code, and then see what it looks like when we run it in our design. So what's our first instruction? Children, up here, you can see we're told we've got 5 sets of instructions. So we're on step 1 of 5.
Make the plane turn anti-clockwise when the up arrow is pressed.
Okay, make the plane turn anti-clockwise when the up arrow is pressed. So I need to move my plane and my instruction. And then to check that I've got every part of the code correctly, okay, I press run, and then I'm going to press the arrow key, and I hope that in the design box I'll see my red aeroplane turn anti-clockwise. There we go, complete circle. And if you look over here, it says code ran successfully with no errors. So I can stop and move on to step 2.
Make the plane fly forward at the start to see how your turn block works with a moving plane.
So I'm making the plane fly forward at the start. So I move my plane and the code for move. Okay, so at the start, my plane's going to fly forward, and then when I press the up arrow key, it should turn. Let's see if that works. There she goes, moving, and now I'm pressing the key up. Okay, and if I look over here, I've got no errors. You see that down here on the left hand side? So I move to step 3. Yes, I'm ready for the next step. What do I do in step 3? Well, I can listen or I can read for myself.
Make the plane turn clockwise when the down arrow is pressed.
Okay, so code says already that our plane will move across the screen, and when I press the up arrow, it'll turn anti-clockwise. But now I want to enter some code, some more code, to make the plane move in another direction. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit smaller so I can fit my code in. My plane and my next instruction. Okay, so let's see when I run if I can make the plane go one way and then the other way, anti-clockwise and clockwise, using my, oh, what have I forgotten, children? I've forgotten to add a key that needs to be pressed. I'm going to press the down key for this one. Up and down. Let's see. Here comes the plane. I want it to go up. I'm pressing up. And oh, she's looping the loop. There we go. And now I'm going to go down with the down arrow key. Okay, and I'm going to stop. And it says no errors over here. So I'm going to move on to the next step. Interesting now.
Add a second plane to the movements. Make the two planes fly together using the same start and key press events.
So I've now got a yellow plane that I want to do identical movements with. So I'm going to pop another, the yellow, and same instruction. I want them moving across the screen in the same direction. And add my yellow to this piece of code, my yellow airplane. And again, turning in that direction when I press the up key. And then finally add my yellow plane and the same instruction. Now my two planes should have the same movements. Let's see. Both travelling across the screen. I'm going to press the up key now. Oh, when they go up together and they loop the loop together. Okay, let's see if I press the down key, what happens this time. They're going in the opposite direction. Okay, so have I been successful? Well, it says no errors, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to go to my final set of instructions, or final step. What am I asked to do now?
Add a third plane that flies a different path. You decide which direction it flies at the start and what it will do when each key is pressed.
Okay, and this time I've got a green plane to add. Oh. There's the third plane's going in a different direction. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm changing the direction that I want that plane to go in, using the same keys as the red and yellow. But the green plane is going to go in a different direction. Okay, so it says add a third plane that flies in a different direction. You decide the direction. I did. I decided the green plane is going to go left while the others fly across the screen in the right hand direction. And then they're going to move the opposite ways when I press the up and down arrow keys. So am I ready to run, children? Yes. Let's have a little look. Do you see? And now let's watch happens when I press this key. They go in opposite directions. That's my up arrow key and now my down arrow key. Oh, careful. We don't want them to crash, do we? There we go. So can you see my green plane is travelling in a different direction to my yellow and red planes. And again, I've got no errors over here. So I'm going to stop. And I have completed all the practice sessions so that I can go on if I wish to and create that myself or change it around.